I've always been a morning person, so I guess it's a good thing that I found a job that kind of forces me to wake up early in the morning. Every morning at 4 or 5 a.m., I get up and I get dressed and I walk to the bathroom and I take care of myself and I walk to the kitchen and I eat an early and small rushed breakfast. I put on my shoes, I grab my apron, and I head out the door to work. And it takes up so much time of my day, being forced to get money for basic essentials, that it almost feels like I come home and I start the entire thing all over again. So the next day I wake up and I get dressed and I go to the bathroom and I take care of myself. And I go to the kitchen and I eat a small but rushed breakfast and I put on my shoes and I grab my apron and I head out the door. And most of the time this just ends up being one never-ending cycle. It feels like I'm trapped, almost. My parents raised me through fairy tales, and it's no surprise that once I grew up, I realized that those books were just some sort of jaded, airbrushed version of reality. And as soon as I came to terms with this, it made me realize that this capitalist life that I was being forced into, not by choice but under the illusion of free will, was not something that I wanted to do. But at this point, who really has a choice, right? So I forced myself to fit into a box of a college student who works alongside so that she can maybe one day get a job within the field that she's not happy in. And oftentimes my life feels completely cyclic, like I'm searching for some sort of fairy tale stimulation, some sort of odyssey like the main characters in the storybooks I grew up on. Those storybooks gave me a wonderful way to strew words so that other people want to listen, but I, somewhere along the way, lost my voice. And sometimes it is very hard to get up in the morning. And sometimes when the outside is light but overcast, I struggle to even feel real. It can also happen on sunny days or days where the sun does not shine, and sometimes it feels like I wake up and I go through the day having conversations and doing tasks, and I struggle to remember any of them, and it honestly just feels like I'm waiting for something. And some days I try to get up and I just don't. And the small tasks that I have lined up throughout the day are too much. And I cannot force myself to get out of bed and live through this very short story that is currently my life. Sometimes I struggle to understand that I am only 21 and that I have places where I will be going and things that I will be doing in the future. And not every day is this dark and dreary, lifeless existence. There are some days where I wake up and I find little things to be joyful about. I find little things to be joyful about, like playing a slow song on a foggy road on my way to work, or petting my wonderful cat who helps me do things every single day. And I wake up and I feel her little water ball. And I wake up and I receive a text message from my loving family who always make sure that I'm getting out of bed and eating enough. And there are days where I go out with my friends, however small my friend group may be, and there are days when I eat wonderful food and I am grateful for the food I am given. And there are days where I get to interact with my friends who know that there are days where I struggle to make conversation and where I struggle to understand what is going on around me. I wake up and I get a text to hang out with my wonderful boyfriend, and I'm so glad that a girl who couldn't see herself living past her 12th year of high school has finally found someone that she's meant to be with forever. And they're just little things that keep me going throughout the day. And it's honestly taken me 21 years to realize that I don't always have to be searching for happiness or excitement or an odyssey 100% of the time, because even the lows are part of the overall arching story. And to be able to get to my fairy tale ending, I have to experience the tragedies that come along with the highs. I have learned that sitting down and accepting that you will not always feel 100% is a part of the journey, and that sitting down and taking a breath isn't bad. Accepting happiness as well as sadness is how you find balance, and balance gives you stability, and stability gives you a strong foundation to grow. And so whenever I do feel like I cannot get out of bed, I think about the wonderful things I have in life, like my friends and my family and my husband and my cats. However small those wonderful things may be, and sometimes I remind myself that it's okay to just sit and breathe. And although my life in this video may not be a typical movie with multiple casts and scripts and layers, it is very real, raw footage of my life, and something that I have found out for myself that is very important to me and for everyone.